How should I greet my dog when I get home? Most people get this completely wrong. Should I ignore my dog when I get home? Should I be happy? What do I have to do? Well, I want you to imagine something. You've been waiting all day to see your partner. You run to greet him at the door, and he just ignores you. Not once, but every single day. He thinks it's for your own good, that it will teach you to be calmer. But all it does is to hurt you. Now imagine how your dog feels when you do the same. Why does ignoring my dog when I get home does not work? Ignoring emotional overflow doesn't resolve it. It does not solve your problem. It makes it worse. And the science confirms it. The most common advice when a dog jumps, barks, spins, or bites at you close when you come home is ignore it. Turn away and wait for his paws on the floor. What most trainers call ignore the jumping is a behavioral technique called extinction. You remove the reinforcement, your attention, hoping the behavior disappears. But think about what actually looks like from your dog's perspective. Imagine your child has been waiting for you all day, and you walk through the door. He runs to you, arms open, completely excited to see you and very happy. And you turn your back, not once, but every single day. Because someone told you that if you respond to your dog's excitement or to your son's excitement, you are reinforcing it. That you have to ignore him long enough and that he will learn to be calm. Well, that is not how it works. What actually happens is the opposite. The first day that he jumps higher, he's louder, more insistent, because what has always worked suddenly stopped working, and he doesn't understand why. So your dog does exactly the same thing. Before the behavior gets better, it gets worse, and it gets significantly worse. And the day you pay attention to it, boom, it's going to get even higher. Researchers call it an extinction burst. And there are studies that confirm that it happens in dogs, producing a state of frustration that at psychological levels resembles to fear. Your dog isn't just confused, he's distressed. And if you give in, even once, after days of ignoring, the behavior is going to get worse. You have trained a more intense version of the exact behavior you were trying to stop. Now think about what happens over weeks and months of consistent ignoring. Some dogs stop running to greet you. They stay on the sofa, they go under the table, and they wait. And everyone thinks the training worked. But what actually happened is that your dog stopped trying to connect with you. Not because he has learned to regulate, but because he learned that reaching out does not work. And that is not calm, that is shut down. Studies on stress in dogs confirm that the family's presence, your presence itself reduces frustration, not increases it. Your presence is not the problem, your presence is the resource. So you are the one who can really help your dog. Why is my dog so hyper when I get home? Why is my dog so excited and doesn't seem to calm down when I want to greet him? Because the problem doesn't start when you open the door, it starts before. Think about what your dog's day actually looks like. Most of our dogs, you leave and the house goes quiet, and your dog waits and waits and waits. Not always anxiously, but alert, because he's listening, he's checking, he's at the door, and he's listening to those footsteps to see if you're coming or not for hours. His nervous system has been in a low level of activation, not calm, not exploding, but ready for you to get home, waiting for something to happen. And then you arrive, and everything activates at once. That explosion at the door is not a bad behavior. It's not your dog being a bad dog. It's a nervous system that has been waiting for hours and just found its resolution. He just found you. And here's what makes ignoring so counterproductive in that exact moment. The activation is already there. It was there before you walk in. Ignoring doesn't remove it. It just leaves it with nowhere to go. So he jumps more, he barks more, and he pushes harder. Not because he's badly behaved, not because he's a bad dog, but because his system is full. And you just walk in carrying the only thing that could help him settle, your presence. Does my dog feel what I feel when I come home? Yes. And the science proves in a way that changed everything about how you walk through that door. In 2019, researchers at Linköping University in Sweden measured cortisol levels in the hair of dogs and their owners, not in individual stressful moments, but over months, long term. They found that stress levels of dogs and their owners are synchronized over time, chronically, over months. not because your dog sees that you are stressed and gets nervous, but because his nervous system is in part an extension of yours. You are connected. He doesn't just observe your emotional state, he lives it inside it. And then there are the mirror neurons. I love these mirror neurons. Research shows that dogs' brains contain mirror neuron systems that activate when they observe human emotions. The same neuronal circuits that fire when your dog feels something also fire when he watches you feel it. He doesn't just see you get stressed, he experiences an echo of it. Some dogs and some owners pair even show synchronized cardiac patterns during stressful moments. Their hearts literally beating pom pom, pom pom, pom pom, and then say rhythm. So when you walk through that door, carrying your day, the tension from work, the difficult conversations, the noise on the city, your dog feels it before you say a word, before you move, before you have even decided how to greet him. Which means the transition at the door is not just about your dog, it's about both of you, because you are a team, you are family. And the most powerful thing that you can do before you even open the door is this. Take a breath, set down your day for a moment, come in as a person, as the person you want him to meet, because his mirror neurons are already working. The way you enter is already part of the exercise. Why does my dog excitement when I come home affect his behavior all day? Why greeting my dog calmly is so important? Because every experience adds weight to the emotional balance. Remember balance on one of the previous episodes? And the greeting is one of the most powerful moments of the day. It sets the tone of everything that follows. A calm greeting, a positive greeting, is going to be at points to the positive side of the balance. Remember, the scale from episode 1. On one side, experience that activate, overflow, leave the nervous system without resolution. And on the other, experience that teach the nervous system this is safe and can settle here. She always come back and it's always calm. Being ignored during emotional overflows adds to the negative side, because the nervous system needed support and didn't receive it. A calm, supported greeting adds to the positive side. So we want a balance, we want stability. And here's something most people do not realize. The greeting at the door is not just a moment, it's the first emotional input of the day after hours of waiting. If that input is chaos, activation overflows, ignore the stress, the glass, remember the glass of water, starts filling from the first minute you are home. Go check the episode, the previous episode, if you want to. If that input is calm, supported, and regulated, the glass stays lower, the walk is easier, the evening is calmer, every greeting is a deposit or a withdrawal of the emotional balance, every single day. Greeting your dog is very important. Please do not ignore your dog when you greet him. How should I greet my dog when I come home? Not by matching his excitement and not by ignoring him. There is a point in the middle, by being the calm you want him to find. Think about what most people actually do when they come home. They open the door and immediately react, high voice, big energy, matching the excitement. Oh my God, I miss you so much, arms everywhere, face down, amplifying the spike. Or the other way, they try to ignore completely, walking past, turning away, not acknowledging him at all. Both are wrong. For the same reason, both leave the nervous system without guidance. What actually works is something in between, that stability, that balance. You come in, you lower your energy before you even open the door if you need to, not after. You acknowledge your dog quietly, low voice, slow movements, you are there, you're present, you can ask him to wait. What I do, for example, when I get home, I ask my Kiwi, she knows, she waits, I remove my jacket, and then I say hi to her. I lower myself to her level and I say hi to her. And you're not feeding the activation, you're showing your dog that what you want him to come back to, calm. And here's what the research on co-regulation tells us. When a calm nervous system is present next to an activated one, the activated system naturally begins to regulate toward the calm one. Not through commands, not through ignoring, through presence, through your presence. You, yourself, are the regulation. And when you do this consistently, the spike gets shorter. Not because you train it away, because your dog's nervous system starts to learn that his transition is safe, that I can settle here. Every greeting becomes a small lesson in regulation. Every greeting is a great moment to train calm, not through pressure, but through your presence. How do I calm my dog when I come home? How do I greet my dog calmly? Well, Guide him to a place that already means calm. As I said, when I get home, I remove my jacket, I remove my shoes. Kiwi is happy, showing me that she's happy. I tell her that I am happy to see her, and then I lower myself and I greet her. What you can do for your dog is that you can bring him to a calm space, and this becomes one of the more powerful tools that we have. A place where your dog already learns to be calm, with nothing being asked for him, with his nervous system having permission to switch off. If you build that place first, in quiet moments, without activation, without asking anything of your dog, and then guide the greeting towards that space, something changes. Which means that if you teach your dog to be calm out of this greeting when you are watching a movie, when you are calm at home, and you start building this calming space, then, because one thing is building and one different thing is using, then when you are going to use it, it's going to be helpful. But if you all of a sudden, without even working it, when your dog is ready, start asking your dog to be calm, is very difficult. So you have to work this out of the problematic situation, as we always say, and then build it and greet your dog with calm, starting with your tone. And this is how your dog's mirror neurons are going to learn, with your calm. Calm places teach calm response. How do I stop my dog from jumping when I come home? Well, stop trying to stop it, start building what you want instead. Remember that we build things out of the problematic situation and then we use them when we're having the issue. The question on how do I stop my dog jumping is looking at the 10%. Remember the iceberg, that 10% that is only the behavior, the surface that you're seeing, the last moment of something that started long before. What we are building is something completely different. Not at a dog that suppresses his excitement because he's learned nobody responds or because he's gonna get grounded or having a problem. A dog that moves through the transition from the spike of your arrival to genuinely calm because he has the tools and the ritual to do it. The jumping disappears not because you train it away, but because his nervous system no longer needs it. Because the arrival is safe, because he knows that when you arrive home, it's the moment to be calm, to be together, to share a calming space together. You are the place to land. And that's what changed the jumping. Not the extinction, not the ignoring, not the commands. Your calm, your presence, teaching your dog that greeting can be a calm moment. What should I do when I come home to my dog this week? What should I do to greet my dog this week? Remember that before you open the door, if you're nervous, change yourself first. Take 3 slow breaths, 1 before you open the door, not for your dog, but for you. Come in happy, with low energy, but let your dog that you're also happy to see him. Acknowledge your dog softly, letting him that you're happy, bringing him to calm. Don't wait for him to calm down by himself because he is not able to do so. Be the calm first. And if you already have a calming space, carry him there. Let the greeting end in a place that already means regulation. Do this consistently for 1 week, not 1 day, a week. Because nervous systems do not change in a day, but they do change. Why does my dog growl when I take something from him? Every greeting is a chance to teach calm, to strengthen the bond, to add weight to the right side of the scale. Your dog doesn't need silence when he reaches out. He needs your support. So now there is another moment that creates a lot of anxiety for dog owners, and it's when your dog has something on his mouth and you try to take it away and your dog growls and he runs away. Most people freeze, some get angry, some dogs even try to bite, and almost everyone misreads what that growl is actually saying. Because it's not just about the object, it's your dog telling you something, and we're gonna see this in next episode. Do not miss it.